Okafor is checked in for Len. Julius Randle comes in for Davis. Darius Miller, he's checked in for Mirotic. And it's Peyton in for Ian Clark. Portland also making some changes. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Zach Collins comes in for Al Farouk Aminu. And Nick Stauskas is subbed in for Lillard. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Collins is out there with Dwayne Dedmon. Then there's McCollum. Then there's A-Train. And it's Stauskas in at the 2-guard. You often hear great players say, I want to be the leader of this team. Smitty, is every great player actually cut out? Are they wild enough to be a leader and play that role?
No, not at all. You have some fantastic, phenomenal players talent-wise, but just not their role to be a leader. And then I think when you hear guys say they want to be a leader, 9 times out of 10, that's the guy that's not the leader. Because the leader usually just evolves. But when you start saying you want to be, you're probably not. You're going to lead by example, and then a lot of the guys, obviously, some of the best, they can take you through the vocal part. But you can't ask to be a leader. It just happens.
Needs to happen organically.
It is.
Here's Baldwin, following the basket by Elfrid Payton. Stauskas kicks to Baldwin. Inside, looking to get it going, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get an excellent screen like that. He had plenty of space to slash right toward the basket.
Here's Payton. Portland making their last shot. 4 on the shot clock. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. A shot by Holiday, no good.
Well, I tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Payton finds Okafor. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Okafor's got his first basket of the night.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
The pass to A-Train. Goes up on the block. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Well, given how AI first got his chance at the NBA and how much drama was involved, it's amazing to see just how many friendly relationships AI has around the league.
And Greg, you know, this is something you've mentioned before. The NBA is a brotherhood. Sometimes players might get into it, but at the end of the day, there's a general sense of community between everyone involved with the league. Portland leading by 5. And there's the feed to Dedmon. Right wing. Stauskas, the pass to A-Train. The 3-ball. Pelicans with the rebound.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here this summer.
Holiday goes to the reverse layup and pops it in. Holiday's got 5 now.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Here's Baldwin. Kicks to Stauskas. Front past the arc. No good on the last second attempt there. And don't go away. We'll be right back. The leadership mantle, something that Damian Lillard welcomed.
A lot of responsibility when things go bad.
Right on the money as always. Lillard has excelled in that leadership role.
I mean, he plays with so much confidence and composure, but also it's the way he includes his teammates and gets to know them as individuals that makes him a franchise player.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys. What do you think they're doing or not doing?
A huge fan of how they have rotated here defensively, been able to challenge multiple shots.
Yeah, it's been the defense that has them out in front. But let's see if they can sustain the intensity.
Payton and Holiday are together in the backcourt. Julius Randle is out there with Jahlil Okafor. And it's Miller in at the 3, the small forward. That's the Pelicans 5 as we get into the second quarter. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. Well, A-Train in the last game against the Clippers was phenomenal. He ended up with 47 points and was his usual dominant self on the glass. It's rare to see any player put up numbers like that. It's likely a game he'll always remember. Kevin?
It is. Thanks very much. He's one of those players who can do remarkable things on any given night, in any given game. That was a special game he played.
And it wasn't just the performance, guys, but really his preparation. He knew the right way to attack in every situation.
And that was the beauty of it. His ability to read and react to whatever they threw at him.
Here's Randall after the made shot from A-Train. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut to just 5 points in the basket from Miller.
A lost art in this game. Terrific bounce pass.
Here's Baldwin. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Hits counts that one from A-Train.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And Holiday kicks to Miller. Payton right side. Passes it to Randall. And it's blocked. But he stays with it. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Now at the moment here, let's take a look at our rookie leaderboard and who's putting up the most points per game. We take a look at the A-Train, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
And there's always firepower in every rookie class, but even among the top guns, he's the best of the best. He'll be an offensive force for years to come.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
I tell you what, how efficient they were at scoring the basketball, especially for an away game, that was impressive.
They did a good job of controlling the tempo, playing at a speed that suits their offense.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Okafor. Mirotic comes in for Darius Miller. And Ian Clark subbed in for Drew Holiday.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
The momentum is building, scoring in a bunch of ways. That's why his number keeps getting called.
It'll go. The Portland lead is cut back down to 7 after the points coming from Randall.
No one rotating over to help on the mismatch. Easy lay-in.
14 feet away. Mirotic grabs the miss. Mirotic has got 5 rebounds tonight. From outside the arc, and another 3 for New Orleans.
You'd love to see a big man who can rise up off the dribble. Mirotic has a lot in his game.
And there's the second dunk to finish it off.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
That's about as violent as a rim rocker as it gets. A real confidence builder.
Now here's Payton. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Milwaukee. Smitty, looking back in your career, what's the most pressure you've felt in a game? For New Orleans, they have shot 6 of 7 at the line.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line. As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Here's Baldwin, guarded by Holiday. 1:05 left in the second quarter. A three-pointer's right on target. A-Train's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
His marksmanship this quarter has been unbelievable, yet they still trail in this game.
Randall right side. Doesn't go that time. Now Portland takes it the other way. Cohen passes to A-Train. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And New Orleans gets called for the foul. He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game. First one falls for him. Swanigan, he's checked in for Portland. Stauskas comes in for C.J. McCollum. And it's tied up with that one. 40 seconds left now here in the second. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still, their ability to stay composed was impressive.
When things come too easy, it's easy to lose focus. But they held each other accountable and played hard.
A-Train, the pass to Stauskas. Here's A-Train, just 5 on the clock. Okafor comes in with the double team. Dedmon, and he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Dedmon's got his second basket of the night. 5 seconds left in the first half. A shot by Holiday, nobody around. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close to the game it's been so far. A-Train has been sensational.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him. A scoring machine here in that first half.
Defensively coming in, you know he's going to be tough to stop. But I'm still waiting to see a plan to even contain him.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. Lillard and McCollum, the deadly backcourt pairing. A-Train is out there with Aminu, and it's Nurkic in at the 5. Holiday finds Mirotic. And here is Davis. Back to Mirotic. And finished off by Mirotic.
That's next level stuff from AD. One of the great scorers in the game. He draws the eyes of the defense and locates the open man.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the right.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
It looked like a total breakdown to me there. He exploited that hole perfectly and made them pay.
Outside Holiday. Shoots over Lillard. And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That is his first foul of the game. Nurkic with the steal.
Right idea, wrong execution. They were looking to get a high percentage shot inside, but the pass was too late.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Pelicans trail by 6. And for Jusuf Nurkic, you see the flashes of how dominant he can be in every game.
I mean, the potential is there, and he is working hard to find that consistency. I do believe he's noticeably better when he plays with an edge. He's more in tune with what's going on. You always want to rile him up or do something to tick him off before every game to get the best out of him.
And Davis puts it in.
I love AD's ability to track the ball off the miss. He got it and scored.
Lillard surveying the D. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
And coming out of halftime, coach said they wanted to start fast. How's 4 for 4?
Outside Holiday, poked away. Here's A-Train. 26 points for him. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Steve, you know there are so many ways you can impact the game at crunch time, but there are certain guys, as you also know, that thrive on taking that last shot.
Yeah, Damian Lillard is one of those guys. They call it Dame time. James Harden, Kyrie, you look at Steph Curry. These guys have the basketball in their hands. They want to take the last shot. Kevin Durant, the greats, Russell Westbrook, they want it in their hands to be able to decide the outcome of the game. And they want it all on their shoulders. You know, I like the competitive fire, but he's still really out of sync.
And the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got the lead up to 11 now for the Trailblazers.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Clark kicks to Holiday. Outside, Davis. Back to Holiday. He dishes it to Lamb. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
The underrated vision of Holiday. I like it when he's distributing, and I think his coach does as well.
Trailblazers leading by 8. McCollum with the ball. He's got 8. Out to the right wing. Here's A-Train. And again, it's Portland converted.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Showing no mercy. Double-digit lead and still putting it on him.
To the middle. And Davis throws it down.
You get this a lot from AD. Attack, and he's scoring in bunches.
Collin passes to Nurkic. Here's A-Train, and he has 28 points for the game. Shot clock at 6, so the wing on the left. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got his 3rd assist on the night. And so here is New Orleans. They're looking out a sizable deficit.
And there's still time left, so they don't necessarily have to really rush the game. They need to avoid that.
And they double up Davis. And Mirotic has it in the corner. And the space there, but it's offline.
No one near him. That's one he's got to hit. One he usually hits. See, this is how you dictate the flow of the game. He's been lit this quarter.
The Pelicans have gone even 50% to the floor here in the 3rd quarter. 4 of 8. Here's Clark. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Lamb, good.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. And that one goes long.
And that's a surprise. He's usually deadly from mid-range.
Here's Clark. McCollum. And kicks to Holland. Nurkic with the steal. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. And it's good for 2. McCollum's got 6 points in the quarter.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Holiday against Lillard. Outside Mirotic. This one for 3. It's the 3-point bomb. Mirotic has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Pelicans. Time call here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Okafor's checked in for Alex Len. Ando comes in for Anthony Davis. Miller's checked in for Mirotic, and it's Elfrid Payton in for Ian Clark. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Zach Collins comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. And Nick Stauskas is subbed in for Lillard. And Alvin Gentry's been coaching in the NBA for almost 3 decades now. Steve, he knows how to get things done.
And a lot of what Gentry does is gives his players freedom. As long as they take care of business, he won't meddle too much. Does a great job of managing personalities and keeping egos in check. A terrific offensive rebounder. Here he is doing it again.
Pass to A-Train. Shoots from the right block. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And New Orleans gets called for the foul. This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in the game. And the first one at the line is good. That one is no good. Pelicans trail by 10. Randall finds Payton. Back to Randall. And here's Miller. Randall left side. A stupendous finish in trap. Randall's got his second bucket of the night.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Pass to McCollum. Here's A-Train, covered by Miller. A-Train goes to the reverse layup and pops it in. A-Train's got 13 points in just this quarter.
You can tell he is on a mission down the stretch. Attack offensively and build on this lead.
Now here is Holiday. 5 points in the game. Sweet little floater. Holiday's got 7.
Talk about scoring the basketball. Legit player. Holiday got paid because he can play.
Ring shot on the way. That one doesn't drop. A steal. Shoots it up. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
How about the quarter he's having? Tremendous execution on the offensive end, helping to further fuel this lead.
Payton kicks to Randall. Miller dishes to Randall. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to Miller. For 3. It's tipped. Pushing it up. Here's Stauskas.
A moment here to see the numbers for Payton. He's averaging 11 points a game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
You need guys who understand their roles. Carry them out without complaint.
Take a break.
Everything he does is for the team.
And he can't get the first one. New Orleans making a switch here. Mirotic is checked in, and the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Plumlee is checked in for Zach Collins. No luck that time either.
I can't believe he missed those shots. Wow, he is usually lights out from there.
Payton can't get it to go.
Ooh, that's the one when you watch the film back, he's going to cringe. He couldn't ask for a better opportunity.
Buries it from 3-point range.
Further proof that you can't leave anyone in this league that wide open.
Pelicans trail by 13. Mirotic the pass to Holiday. Randall down low. Again on Plumlee. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Jahlil Okafor. .114 left to play in the third. Stauskas kicks to McCollum. Over to the wing. Here's A-Train. He has 40. Portland needs to get off the shot. And here we go. Payton heading to the hoop. No one near Rainbow as he lets it go. It's Dedmon with the rebound.
And this is one of those times where the coach has got to preach, be unselfish.
And we don't know that he hasn't. Maybe it's been falling on deaf ears. Guys taking ill-advised jump shots.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
If you give it to him, he'll take that shot every time down the floor. I'm sure he's kicking himself.
It's rebounded by A-Train. Trailblazers leading by 13. The pass to Stauskas. McCollum against Payton. Collum passes to A-Train. Here is Plumlee. It's stolen by Randall. Holiday with the 3, and it goes at the buzzer!
Digging deep to hit that shot. That shows some serious guts right there.
Oh, man.
Ending this one with a bang.
And so it's Portland going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Pelicans trail by 10. Peyton and Holiday are together in the backcourt. Alexis Ajinça is out there with Randall, and it's Mirotic in at the small forward. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Inside, and finished off by Mirotic.
How about the muscle Mirotic? He wheels the shot in despite the physical deep.
Damian Lillard's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's the Trail Blazers with the ball. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. So the wing on the left. A-Train, the pass to Lillard. That's in. That's his fifth field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Lillard's gotten 5 of his 7 shots to fall. Right side Holiday. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Portland leading by 9. Here's A-Train. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. 42 points for A-Train.
And on the defensive side, just a failure to match up.
Well, the one thing you want to take away is anything at the rim. Just too easy.
And there's the call on A-Train. That's his third foul of the game. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Holiday passes it to Mirotic. 4 on the shot clock. And it's Ajinça missing.
And forcing the miss there. He just knows how to pressure you defensively.
And also protecting the rim at all costs. I love the anticipation to affect the shot.
Here's what Portland has lined up on their schedule. On Saturday, they'll be playing against LaMarcus Aldridge and the San Antonio Spurs. Then on Monday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Indiana Pacers.
And that one against the Pistons, it's going to be a battle for this group. You get the feeling they'll need to be at their sharpest if they want to come away with a victory.
Free throw good, Stauskas. New Orleans making some changes here. Lands checked in for Alexis Ajinça. Davis comes in for Julius Randle. And Ian Clark subbed in for Peyton. And the Trail Blazers making a change here as well. Nurkic is checked in. And both free throws good for Stauskas. Here's Clark. Ways to get back into it, but they've got some time.
The tendency can be to really rush or push the game. And they need to avoid that.
Outside Mirotic. Back to Holiday. Clock at 6. Shoots it up. And again, New Orleans has no up. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for Portland. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Holiday finds Mirotic. Carries it down low. Mirotic has got 10 points here in the second half.
And the number of ways in which Mirotic scores, inside, outside, in between, on the drive, you name it.
Now a timeout called by Portland. And Portland making a change here. Aminu's checked in. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Here's A-Train, and he converts the layup. A-Train's got the lead up to 13 now for Portland.
He's been unstoppable here late, trying to shut the door and turn the lights out.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. A-Train with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, because he's been killing them all night. They are struggling to find an answer.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I got a chance to find out what Alvin Gentry talked about with his players. He is not happy with the turnovers. He said, we have got to get some shots. It's as simple as that, guys. Play smart and value the basketball. Let's see if the message sunk in, Kevin.
How about Lillard just being aggressive here on offense? He can heat up quickly, just super efficient, and a high IQ score.
And Holiday kicks to Davis. Dishes to Mirotic. And that one, good. Mirotic has got 7 points here in this quarter. Portland with the ball. Lillard, bounce pass. Here's Nurkic. Pass to A-Train. Again, the Trailblazers score.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And Holiday kicks to Davis. Back to Holiday. Trying his luck deep. Rebounded by A-Train. A-Train's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
And that was not an opportunity Lillard was going to let pass by. Getting down the floor in an instant and finishing on the break.
Outside, Davis. The dish now to Mirotic. Aminu against Davis. 5 on the clock. Goes up on the block. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's A-Train. Off target with his 3.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
Trailblazers leading by 18. Here's Stauskas. And Lillard gets double teamed. The shot's good from A-Train. A-Train's got 48.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Outside Holiday. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Al-Farouq Aminu. And Drew Holiday, Steve, is such a huge factor on the defensive end whenever he's on the floor.
You know, it's been a focus for him to step his game up on that end of the floor. He moves his feet so well that guys can't just blow by him. Numerically, the way he discourages shots at the rim, it's like having a defensive center on the floor.
McCollum's checked in for Portland. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And he knocks down the first one. And so McCollum nails both of them. When you look around the NBA, are there any small issues you think could grow into bigger issues, Steve, going forward?
Well, I think the one issue right now is what are teams doing at the end of the year versus trying to stay competitive and win games or trying to look possibly down in the NBA draft lottery.
Right.
I think that's one of those problems that we have to address. I think also small markets, I don't think that's much of a problem if you have organizations in the forefront. Winning is in the forefront. I don't think whether it's small market or big market, guys do look at that as far as endorsements, but I don't think that'll be a problem.
One shot. One shot.
And as we see Anthony Davis step into what could be the best years of his career, Smitty, who does he remind you of?
You know, a lot like Kevin Garnett in his prime. The way he can impact both sides of the floor. He's KG with a three-point shot, and he also has a little bit of Hakeem Olajuwon in him.
Holiday against Lillard. Pass to Clark. Fires the three. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
Here's A-Train, covered by Mirotic. A-Train, the pass to Lillard. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Lillard's got 10 points in the quarter. Here's Clark. Outside Holiday. 6 to shoot. Shoots the three. No good from Clark. Portland leading by 17. Here's A-Train. Another one goes. Incredible.
My goodness. 50 for the Yanks.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Lillard against Holiday. Gets it to go, hitting off the back of the...
As a coach, you're comfortable with Holiday taking that shot. He has a good feel from the mid-range.
And Lillard gets to McCullough. The pass to A-Train. Shoots from 14. Aminu. Banked in off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 19.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, A-Train.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. It's stolen by Aminu. And here's McCollum. Lillard outside. And the Trailblazers, another three.
No doubt about it. He's been a monster from deep.
By and large, defenders have done a poor job of running him off his spots. That's why he keeps firing.
Holiday against Aminu. Here's Davis. That one off the back iron and out. Trailblazers leading by 22. Lillard with it. Passes to A-Train. NBA awards are voted on by broadcasters and writers around the NBA. Do you think that's the best way, Steve, to pick an MVP?
Well, I really think in some kind of way you got to have players more involved, being able to come out and be able to pick the MVP. Because these are the players that are going up against these guys. I also would love to see where we have more of the defensive player of the year during the offseason, the rookie of the year in the offseason. Obviously giving out more of those awards for the playoffs as well.
And you got to, of course, beware of it becoming a popularity contest, too.
Yes, totally.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Trailblazers.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And on the year, this will turn out to be win number 34 for them.
And it looks like they're going to spare themselves the embarrassment of being swept in the season series by winning this last one.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for A-Train.
No, there's a few ways to control a game, right? You can do it with pace, you can do it with patience and efficiency. Tonight, he did it by owning the boards.
Miritic's shot is off. The Trailblazers on offense. Lillard outside. He kicks it to McCollum. Now, here's Aminu. Back to McCollum. Just 5 to shoot. Shot from the wing. No good from A-Train. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.
AI, there you are. I got an interview lined up for you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, right this way. You're on with Shaq and Kenny.
Oh, thanks.